Hey guys, what's up? I've gotten a lot of questions as to one, how did I get out of my Verizon contract so quickly? Number two, what was the process of switching carriers and how much I ended up paying for the iPhone 4S? All sorts of questions. So, I'm going to cover all that stuff in this video. I don't know how long this video is going to be, so I apologize if it is long. Okay, so a couple weekends ago, I was at the Mall of America and Southdale. If you've ever been to Minnesota, those are great malls around the area. I love those malls ever since I was little. Well, I was over at Southdale, and we went into the Sprint store just to see about contracts and what their contract prices were like. You know, is it really unlimited data? What's the deal here? And again, we walked in not expecting to buy anything that day. So we get in there and we start talking to the guy. And I can't remember his name, otherwise I would so recommend him to you guys. Start talking to the guy and he's like, let me just show you some of this stuff. And he starts pulling out all this stuff and he starts mathematically figuring all this out for us on sticky notes and all sorts of stuff, and figures out how much money we could save if we switched to Sprint. So he's like, you know, based on all that, what is the determining factor for you guys? And we're like, how much is Verizon going to want to break the contracts? So we called Verizon and they were like, it's going to be $230 for 2 of your phones to break contract and $200 for 1 phone. So we're like, you know, it's kind of like an IQ test. We can save all this money on phones and not have to worry about overages and all sorts of crap. So we decide to go ahead with it. Well, they bring out the phones, and I should probably mention, they told us about their buyback program. Basically, Sprint buys back old phones, and they essentially will let you use them to purchase the phone. Well, they start bringing it up, and they're like, do you want to add Apple Care? And we're like, because, oops, I just bleeped myself there. Sorry about that. And because we can't afford this Apple Care. And so they offered to let us just step out and get something to drink and all that kind of stuff. And we were going to go back and say, we can't do this today, guys. We're sorry, we really can't do this today. Well, the manager of that Sprint store had also been helping us. And he walks out and he's like, we figured out how to do it. Luckily, we were just right around the corner. Walked out, he's like, we figured out how to make this work. And basically what happened is a company, I don't know who the company was, but whoever you are, thank you, had given Sprint some old phones. And they just had them laying around for their buyback program, but they never collected the money on the phones. So what they did is they took all these phones and they started scanning them in, and it took the price of the iPhone down. See where I'm getting at here? It takes the price down. Well, then we get it down to about 3 cents, and he's like, do you by chance have 3 cents? They did the Apple Care, everything's great. They just moved the Apple Care to the bill. Now, this is the biggest tip. If you have iPhones, iPhone 4s are worth about $130 from Sprint. So what they did is they told us, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the buyback of these older phones. That'll take care of your iPhone 4Ss. What you need to do is take your iPhone 4s to a corporate Sprint store, and they can buy them back and put them on as a bill credit. It has to be a corporate Sprint store. So luckily we have one right here in Brookfield, a couple minutes from where I live. So it was really easy to just go in. They took the phones, they bought them back, and applied it as bill credit. Now, I mentioned that I walked out of there only paying 3 cents for the iPhone 4S. Awesome. Those guys over at Sprint really helped me out. They got me the iPhone 4S, which, who doesn't want, I had gotten the iPhone 4 back in May of last year. And the iPhone 4S came out in October last year. It actually came out on my birthday. So, it was kind of sad. Something newer was out. I didn't have it, kind of deal. But I got an iPhone 4S. I'm very happy about this purchase. I will be doing a 1-month review very soon. A couple weeks still to go before I do a 1-month review. But I really wanted to get this video out and get this information out there because there is hope for you guys. If you want to jump ship and switch carriers, there is hope. And different carriers have different policies and programs. Sprint just happened to have the programs and policies that worked for our needs. So, long story short is, thank you, Sprint. We wouldn't have become customers of yours if it hadn't been for your fantastic employees. I can't think of anything else to say, but it was an amazing experience. There were ups and downs, but I think whenever you're buying a cell phone in general, there are going to be ups and downs. And we certainly had our share, but we got it working in the end. So, that is my video. Like I said, I apologize if this was really long and rambly, but I wanted to get this information out there so you guys could use this information. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.